And I'm live. Hey, my name's Sean Cowgill. I am a returning citizen. If you don't know what that is, think about it. See the word prison? Yeah, I've been there. I'm out. Been out about 3 years. Got this channel, Federal Prison Talk, and I try to help people on federal pretrial getting ready to go to federal prison. And I have a lot of videos with interviews, and I cover all kinds of subjects. I'm trying something, a new kind of channel. I'm trying to do federal prison news. I think I've worked out the kinks this time. So before I was trying to show you clips from websites on StreamYard. It didn't work. What I had to do was copy and paste and put it on Microsoft Word. It should work. I've practiced. I have about a dozen stories tonight, guys. I got Elizabeth Holmes trying to get resentenced. She might get a better deal. I got a guy that was a GoFundMe scam, $400,000 in this guy. And a bunch of people just got sentenced. I got El Chapo coming up. I got about a dozen stories. Got a pedophile getting 50 years. Yeah, 50 years. About time they give these guys more sentences. So stick with me if you can. Comment. The chat room's open. I'll try to do some live calls. I think I got that working too. And we'll see what happens. So I'm going to start with tonight's story. And if this all works out, let's see. I got we shall see here. Let me see here. This is the El Chapo story. And here we go.
From inside the U.S.'s most secure prison, El Chapo is pointing fingers at what he says are the real powers in the drug trade. 3 years after his conviction, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman remains in the U.S.'s most secure prison. The former Sinaloa cartel chief says high-level officials are the real powers in the drug trade. Guzman's lawyer said the kingpin believed putting away the cartel's alleged leaders didn't work.
Yeah, he's trying to make a deal. He's trying to make a deal. I mean, he's facing life. I don't blame him.
Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. 5 years after being extradited to the U.S., the Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is pointing fingers at what he says are the real powers behind the drug trade on both sides of the border. Through his attorney, Mariel Colon, one of the few people allowed to have regular contact with him, Guzman said that for the drug war to stop, authorities would have to go after politicians on both sides of the border.
That's not going to work.
Authorities have put away these alleged leaders, but it is not serving any purpose. But if you go after politicians that are allowing this to happen, it's a different thing, Colon told Insider. That's what he has expressed before.
Never going to get the politicians.
That's what he thinks. Guzman is aware that he may be a political instrument for the U.S. and Mexican governments, Colon said. Every new U.S. president has his trophy. With Trump was Chapo. After him, Biden has his trophy as well, Colon added. It's always been just politics. In 2019, Guzman, who is believed to be 65, was sentenced to life in prison on multiple drug-related charges. Since then, he has been held in solitary confinement at the Florence Administrative Maximum Facility, aka DX Florence, a supermax facility in Colorado regarded as the U.S.'s most secure prison.
So I'm going to stop there. So I was at Florence, Colorado at the camp, and what they have campers do is during the day, they drive us over to the supermax, and we worked in the kitchen there. I even got to make some of the trays for El Chapo. I was only there about a month before I got released. But the most secure prison in the world, if you guys knew how much stuff is stolen out of that prison, mainly by the inmates and the guards, almost every day. I've done some videos on that. It's really not. I mean, is it inescapable? We came up with 3 or 4 different ways to escape the prison while we worked in there. Always had to be an inside job, of course. But it's not impossible, guys. But let me go on with the story.
Guzman gets only 1 hour outside a day and is allowed 15 minutes of phone calls a month with 3 people vetted by the U.S. government. His mother, one of his sisters, and his youngest child.
So that 1 hour a day that he's allowed to go outside, what it is actually in his cell. There's a little hatch door that comes up, and it's like a little dog cage, and he gets to go out into the cage. He can see the sky, but he can't see the Rocky Mountains, Pikes Peak, or anything that's around there. He knows if it's cloudy. He knows if it's sunny. That's his 1 hour out a day. Once in a while, other cages will open up and you can talk to the other inmates. But I bet they don't let him talk. Let's go on.
Guzman has been in complete isolation. He had no access to any recreational area or access to any other area around the prison other than his cell, Colon said. In 2020, his legal team submitted an appeal complaining that he faced inhumane conditions, which was dismissed by a federal judge. Guzman's treatment, which his attorneys say is torture and the result of a political vendetta, has not changed. U.S. authorities said the security measures were meant to prevent Guzman from escaping or engaging in illegal activity, but even with Guzman behind bars since his capture in January 2016, business has been booming for the Sinaloa cartel. During the 2016 fiscal year, which ran from October 1st, 2015, to September 30th, 2016, more than 5,000 pounds of cocaine were seized by the U.S. Border Patrol. That spiked to more than 9,000 pounds in 2017. After a decline in 2018, U.S. Border Patrol seizures of cocaine rose to over 11,000 pounds in 2019 and to over 15,000 pounds in 2020. Seizures of other drugs in the U.S. also rose over that period.
Like fentanyl.
A trend that experts say shows the flaw of focusing on the capture of cartel leaders, as U.S. and Mexican authorities have done for decades. The agents are bought. Testimony during Guzman's trial named several Mexican presidents, chiefs of police, and high-ranking military officers as involved in the drug trade.
You think?
Jesus El Rey Zambada, the youngest brother of Sinaloa cartel drug boss Ismael El Mayo Zambada, alleged on the witness stand that the real leaders of the cartel were Mexican government officials and U.S. law enforcement.
Why am I not surprised?
Zambada pointed specifically to Genaro Garcia Luna, who was Mexico's Secretary of Public Security from 2006 to 2012. Garcia Luna was arrested in the U.S. in December 2019 and accused of taking bribes from the Sinaloa cartel.
Sinaloa.
Garcia Luna has pleaded not guilty. His trial was supposed to start in October this year, but was delayed until January 2023 at the request of his lawyers. Garcia Luna is accused of accepting millions of dollars to allow Guzman to operate with impunity in Mexico for more than a decade, according to the U.S. Justice Department. At the same time, Garcia Luna was allegedly making deals with high-ranking officials inside top U.S. national security and law enforcement agencies. In October 2020, Salvador Cienfuegos, Mexico's defense minister from 2012 to 2018, was arrested as he arrived in Los Angeles on a flight from Mexico City.
I didn't know that.
Cienfuegos also faced drug-related charges, allegedly as part of the investigation of the Sinaloa cartel and Guzman's connections. He was accused of using his authority to protect a faction of the Sinaloa cartel while ordering operations against its rivals. Cienfuegos pleaded not guilty at his first hearing, and in a surprise move, U.S. prosecutors dropped the charges against him after negotiations with the Mexican government.
They dropped the charges.
The ex-general was sent back to Mexico and released.
Really?
Garcia Luna and Cienfuegos have not been convicted, but a cartel enforcer in the Mexican border city of Ciudad Juarez has said Guzman's accusations are not far from reality. In an October 2016 interview with Mexican newspaper El Universal, the mid-level boss in La Linea, the armed wing of the Juarez cartel, said several U.S. border agents were on their payroll.
That I believe.
The agents are bought, the enforcer said at the time. As of 2016, the Center for Investigative Reporting documented 153 cases of corruption investigations targeting U.S. border officers, the majority of them members of U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Bought and paid.
Drug trafficking was the most common offense, followed by bribery and human smuggling. And the vast majority of the cases cited by the CIR involved agents with 10 or fewer years of service. Most of the incidents were in Texas, followed by California and Arizona.
Yeah, so Guzman's got a point. It's politics, man. But you're never going to get the American politicians. They're never going to get caught. Some do, the little ones, and I got a couple stories about some little guys coming up, that are getting some 2 and 3 and 5 years in prison. Let's go to the next story. Let me see if I have any comments. I do. I got some comments. I got strange and unusual truth. That's right. JC is in the house. He says, "What's the best way you guys figure to escape the Supermax?" Okay, so and I'll tell you real quick. So we have to make their trays, right? And then we put them in these hot carts. They have a hot cart and a cold cart. The cold cart's like the salad and anything cold. The bread, the peaches, whatever's in the cold tray, and that fills up a cart. And then there's the hot cart, and you could use either one, but probably the cold cart would be best. So once the guards serve all their dinners, and the lunches or whatever it is to all the inmates, and they put them through slots and all that, the cart's empty, right? Now they got to bring the cart back into the warehouse and the food kitchen area where I worked. So you get a guard to open the door, you have an inmate get in the cold cart, you bring him into where we're at, and then from there was a little outdoor patio that it was a kind of our break area, and you could stack up some of the tables that we took our breaks on to get on the roof, and then from the roof you could get a rope and you could swing it and hook it to the lamppost and swing over the fence and just have a car waiting and you get out. That's the real quick story. Of course, it would have to be an inside job, but there's a couple cameras in the kitchen, but with the right people telling you to walk this way and walk that way, you'd have to sneak the inmate into that food cart. It's a big giant thing. It's heavy. Holds like, I don't know, 200 trays, but it's enough for probably 2 people to fit inside. That's one way out. Always an inside job. But there's other ways. There's other ways, but that's one we thought of. Let me try to get to another story here. Make sure this all works. So I've been practicing on this Microsoft Word. Here we go. All right. Federal prosecutor seeking maximum 50-year sentence term. Well, that's for the pedophile guy. I'll get to that. Elizabeth Holmes gets reprieve. We got a former Kentucky state lawmaker gets 2-year prison sentence for South Florida armed drug trafficker sentenced to 20 years. Let's go with that one. I got a bunch of them here. We'll go with the armed drug trafficker. I'll give it a minute to come on board here. Bear with me. Here it comes. And of course, Word not responding. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. And let me just zoom this in a little. And 1 second here. I'm going to make everything bigger. Florida, South Florida armed drug trafficker sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. So let me get this going here. Let me get my little speech person, my little helper. And
South Florida armed drug trafficker sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. Miami. Today, a federal district judge sentenced Shelton Andrews, 38, of Highlands County, Florida, to 240 months in federal prison. Earlier this year, Andrews pled guilty to possessing with the intent to distribute 50 or more grams of methamphetamine and possessing a firearm as a convicted felon.
A firearm gets you.
On September 27, 2021, Highlands County Sheriff's deputies attempted to arrest Andrews on an outstanding warrant in Sebring, Florida. As officers approached, Andrews ran from the scene, throwing to the ground a backpack and loaded Smith & Wesson Model 37.38 caliber revolver. The backpack carried 211 grams of methamphetamine. The grip of the loaded gun carried Andrews' DNA.
Mm-hmm.
While Andrews evaded arrest that day, he was taken into police custody a few weeks later.
So he got away for a few weeks.
High-speed car chase. Andrews was sentenced as a career offender under the federal sentencing guidelines. Juan Antonio Gonzalez, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, DNL, Reuter, Special Agent in Charge, DE Miami, and Paul Blackman, Sheriff, Highlands County Sheriff's Office, announced the sentence imposed in federal court in Fort Pierce by U.S. District Judge Donald L. Graham. The case was prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael D. Porter.
Michael D. Porter. Watch out for that guy, huh? Watch out for that guy. So 20 years, man. 20 years. So, you just never know. It's a 5-year mandatory minimum for 50 grams of meth or coke, but they can add 5 for every 50 if they want. Now I've done some research on some other cases. People had 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even 200 pounds, and only got 10 years. But Florida doesn't play. So you got judges, you got different districts. I think there's 14 districts, federal districts in the United States. Could be wrong. It might be 12, might be 16, but I think it's 14 districts. And every district has got its own little kind of persuasion. And the judges in Florida, man, they're nothing nice, man. They're nothing nice. You get convicted in the 9th district, which is the West Coast, like San Francisco, Portland, Seattle. They pretty much are liberal. They're going to go easy on it. Not necessarily. There are some tough judges within that district. But Florida, man, nothing nice. Nothing nice. Let me see. I got a new comment here from JC. That's a nice plan. Cold cart to kitchen, break area table, stack roof, rope combo. I'll try to remember if I ever end up there. Yeah, I mean, I could get into the details, and that's just one way. And there was a guy that had been working there for 5 years, man. Oh, he had some really good escape plans because, we got nothing but time. We're working. Hey, some other guards would tell us their plans. If I was going to sneak somebody out of here, here's how I would do it. Because you chop it up with the guards when we're all on a big line and we're making these trays, and there's 2 or 3 guards there, and they're usually talking about their daughter's wedding, or the new truck they bought, or they're fishing, or a lot of these guys, they'll talk a little bit too much, and they tell us a little bit too much about their personal life. But some of them really chop it up, and they heard us talking about escape plans, and they go, well, have you ever thought of this one? And he's telling us. Oh my God! Now that's the one. There's your inside job. Let me get another story going here. JC said, "LOL." That's right. Let me get another story. Bear with me here. It's a little slow, but it seems to be working. I'm gonna hold off on the Elizabeth Holmes because that's kind of an interesting one. How about the Ohio woman pleads guilty to federal drug and gun charges? Let's go with her. Come on, get in there. It's coming. Here it comes. Well, at least this is working. I'm working out the flaws. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, here it is. Ohio woman pleads guilty, federal drug charges. Let me get it a little bigger for everybody. Let me get my little helper here to read it for me. And let's see if this works.
Pennsylvania. Ohio woman pleads guilty to federal drug and gun charges. October 2nd, 2022.
These are this week's stories, guys.
A resident of Conneaut, Ohio, pleaded guilty in federal court Tuesday to charges of possession with intent to distribute controlled substances and possession of a firearm in furtherance of that drug trafficking crime, United States Attorney Cindy K. Chung announced. Jennifer Glasscock, age 38, pleaded guilty on September 27, 2022, to 2 counts before Chief United States District Judge Mark R. Hornak. In connection with the guilty plea, the court was advised that on November 30, 2020, a trooper with the Pennsylvania State Police conducted a traffic stop of a vehicle driven by Glasscock in Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. Upon approaching the vehicle, the trooper observed Glasscock with an open purse in her lap. The open purse contained a loaded handgun, pills, rubber bands, her driver's license, and approximately $4,000 in United States currency.
I'm going to tell you, it's always a traffic stop, and I've been to jail a few times for little drug possession charges. Like, they always get you in the car, man. It's usually a traffic stop. So you got, well, I'll finish.
On the floor of the vehicle, the trooper observed, in plain view, suspected methamphetamine.
Sure they did.
The trooper also observed a green backpack on the back seat. Thereafter, law enforcement applied for and obtained a search warrant for the vehicle. The green backpack contained 2 lockboxes, which held suspected controlled substances, and 2 digital scales.
Don't carry all that stuff with you when you drive.
The Regional Laboratory confirmed net weight and identity of the controlled substances as follows: 195 grams of methamphetamine,
Woo!
26 grams of a mixture containing heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine, perforated paper containing LSD, and 15 grams of oxycodone.
She had everything, huh?
Methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, and oxycodone are Schedule II controlled substances. Heroin and LSD are Schedule I controlled substances.
Shit. One stop store, I'll
Judge
tell you.
Hornack scheduled sentencing for February 7th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. The law provides for a total sentence of life in prison, a fine of $5 million, or both.
Ooh.
Under the federal sentencing guidelines, the actual sentence imposed is based upon the seriousness of the offenses and the prior criminal history, if any, of the defendant. Pending sentencing, the court remanded the defendant into the custody of the U.S. Marshals Service. Assistant United States Attorney Brendan J. McKenna is prosecuting this case on behalf of the government. The Pennsylvania State Police and the Drug Enforcement Administration conducted the investigation that led to the prosecution of Glasscock.
So she could get life in prison. She had everything, man. Fentanyl, LSD, cocaine, meth, heroin. They didn't mention marijuana. She probably had some of that too, but man, all because of a traffic stop, man. They probably were watching her or following her too, but so this case is not over. She could get life, but they don't. You get busted with fentanyl now. They're not playing, man. They're not playing. But I'll tell you, man, could be life. Could be life. That Pittsburgh's another place that they don't play around. Plus, she had guns. So guns and drugs all in the same car. Yeah, not a good thing. Ohio woman could get life. Ohio woman in Pennsylvania, so that could make it federal. But whew. Let's see. Well, let's go to another story here. Let's go with dollar pawn shop scheme facing new charges. So the pawn shop scheme. Let's see what this one's about. Give it a minute. It's coming in. Here it comes. And a man who pleaded guilty in a multi-million-dollar pawn shop scheme faces a new charge. Let me make this a little bigger here. And let me get my helper to read for me. And here we go.
Man who pleaded guilty in multi-million-dollar pawn shop scheme facing new charge. On the eve of sentencing in federal court for his multi-million-dollar pawn shop scheme, Devin Tribunella is again in trouble and again in jail. Records show that Tribunella is accused of leaving the scene of an accident in Rochester. It was Tribunella who in 2018 crashed his Lamborghini into a fire hydrant on East Avenue.
Crashed his Lamborghini.
An incident that generated local news because of the value of the abandoned car. Tribunella was scheduled to be sentenced in federal court last week, but the sentencing was delayed because of his latest legal issue. Earlier this year, he was criminally charged in Pennsylvania, accused of keeping more than $6,000 in gambling winnings at a casino that casino personnel alleged he should not have. Those charges were dropped after the incident was determined to have been a mistake by the casino, but, afterward, a federal judge ordered that Tribunella no longer frequent casinos.
Oh, booted out of the casinos.
Who owned Royal Crown Pawn and Jewelry at 3635 Dewey Avenue in Greece, recruited individuals who were often drug addicted to go out and steal items from local stores.
Really? So this guy here, in order to fill his pawn shop up, he's got people out there stealing stuff? Pawn shop, you shouldn't even have to do that. They come to you, man. You just put the word out, you buy anything, they come to you, but he's actually recruiting people? Oh my God.
Tribunella would buy the items for a fraction of their retail prices and then resell them on eBay or Amazon.
Why even have a pawn store?
$3.2 million between January 1st, 2017 and September 16, 2019, according to prosecutors. He has pleaded guilty to wire fraud.
That's it?
More specifics about the current charge against Tribunella were not immediately available. He is yet to be arraigned in city court on the charge and is scheduled to appear there October 10th. Jail records show that Tribunella is now being held on an allegation of leaving the scene of an accident in which there was property damage. He was booked on the charge on September 22nd. Tribunella is jailed because of his pre-sentencing federal probation requirements, which he allegedly breached with the current charge.
Oh, he was on pretrial and he violated.
U.S. District Judge Charles Siragusa, Tribunella's lawyer, James Doyle, asked for a delay in sentencing because of the pending charge in the city. According to the letter, a bench warrant for Tribunella's arrest was issued after he was ordered to appear in city court for the charge.
And he didn't show up. Yeah.
Tribunella denied he received a notice, Doyle wrote in the letter, which portrayed the latest charge as one implicating, but not charging an alcohol-related incident. Tribunella is now scheduled to be sentenced in federal court December 6th. His federal plea agreement calls for a sentencing range of 46 to 57 months in federal prison. Siragusa, however, is not required to follow these guidelines.
Yeah, judges don't.
Under plea, Tribunella agreed to forfeit nearly $150,000 from 2 PayPal accounts and 4 vehicles: a 2008 Lamborghini, a 2014 Mercedes-Benz, a 2014 Rolls-Royce, a 2015 Porsche 911. The government also ordered payment of $1.6 million as part of the forfeiture agreement.
So he's looking at 46 to 57 months. He's got all them fancy cars. Man, this guy's getting off easy, man. I got to tell you, he's getting off easy. It looks like they only got him on a wire fraud charge for running eBay and PayPal, selling it. Whew. Now, I can't help a guy like this. He's locked up on pretrial, but I don't think I'd want to help a guy like this. Because, I got my little sideline guys, by Federal Prison Talk Consulting and Services will help you out with character reference letters and personal allocution and your narrative letter to the judge and coach you. And, we do a lot of things. It's all underneath the videos, but I got a little ethics and morals. This guy, I don't, who am I to judge? I've been to prison. Can he turn all this around? I don't even know if you could learn your lesson. All them fancy. This guy was living large, man. Look at him there. This picture they took is just, it's like, I almost feel glad a guy like this got caught and going to prison. I hate to say, but it could have been me. Maybe it was me. Who am I to judge? But here I am. But yeah. Now, speaking of who am I to judge, I'm going to show you the story about somebody getting 50 years, and I'm glad they're getting 50 years. But I want to say hi to my buddy Richard Dalling out here from Ireland. He says, with respect, always from Dixer in Dublin, Ireland. Do you know Dublin is the biggest city in the world? I will tell you why. Because it's Dublin every day. Get it? Anyways, I lived in Galway, Ireland for a couple years when I was a teenager, guys, out in Connemara. You know Connemara? Yeah. So we used to say, Cehi Wiltu. Do you speak the Gaelic? Cehi Wiltu, Tamagama, Aaron Gabra. And then, of course, there's Pugga Mahone, but I don't mean that to you. And anybody knows what those words are. But Cehi Wiltu there. Richard Dalling. Ireland, it's a grand place, Now, I spent a couple of years there, and I'm going to tell you, this is not the greatest country in the world. Having lived in Ireland, even spent 6 months in England, and sometimes I had more freedoms there. These stories, I'm telling you, I'm going to get to I got some corrupt stories what's going on within our government and the whole federal system. I got maybe 5 or 6 more stories, and 2 of them are about the corruptness going on and some guards and stuff. Tomorrow night, me and Angie from Prison Talk with Angie, we're doing a special story on all the women that were raped in the Dublin prison in California, the women's prison. And Angie was there when it happened. And I have news clips from KTVU Channel 2 out of Oakland. They've got about a dozen women telling their story that got raped. and are out of prison now. And this is all true stuff. It happens all over the country. But Channel 2 did a great little investigative journalism story on these women. There was one chaplain he raped. Well, he got caught for like 28 women, but I think it was 80 women he raped. It was a chaplain. And there was a whole lot of guards doing this. So it should be tomorrow night. I think we're doing it tomorrow night. Angie, if you're watching, let me know. Pretty sure, but going to be an interesting story. Let me get to the next one. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. This is the prosecutors want to give this guy 50 years. And for once, I agree with the prosecutors, and I'll tell you why. Let me click this on here. Give me a minute. Here we go. Let me find a federal prosecutor seeking maximum 50-year prison term. And this is why I hope this person gets the 50 years, because he's a pedophile. Yes, about time they gave these guys more than 5 years. It's coming on here. Yes, I hope he gets the 50 years. I hope he gets it. Here we go. Federal prosecutors. Yeah, where's my little helper to help me read here? Here we go.
Federal prosecutors seeking maximum 50-year prison term for Kyle Fossold on child exploitation charges. Court documents. Save. Share 2. Plainville. Federal prosecutors are expected to ask for a prison term that will span several decades during the sentencing for Kyle Fossold, who pleaded guilty last week to child exploitation offenses related to the secret recording of young girls in the locker room at Plainville High School and his local home during his time as a swim team volunteer.
Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
The sentencing agreement between Fossold's attorney and prosecutors indicates that federal prosecutors are seeking a 50-year prison term, which is the maximum sentence allowed based on the charges to which he has pleaded guilty. Court papers also indicate that either side can ask for a sentence other than what is laid out as a guideline in the plea agreement. However, court papers also say Fossold may not withdraw his plea if the judge imposes a sentence outside of the guidelines set forth, though this appears unlikely, as documents indicate prosecutors are seeking the maximum penalty.
So the maximum penalty is 50 years. I wish it was more. And, it's not enough to put these guys away for life. Wait till you hear what this guy did and how many girls that, my thing is, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, cut it off. None of that chemical castration, whatever it is. They take a pill so they don't get a hard on. No, cut the thing off and do it publicly. And that might put an end to it. But wait, I'm going to hear what a crank this guy is.
Fossold, 51, appeared last week in federal court in Hartford, where pleaded guilty to charges of production of child pornography and distribution of child pornography. During his time as the vice president of the Blue Dolphins Parents Association, Fossold secretly recorded young girls in the locker room at Plainville High School. Okay, check it out. Vice president of the Blue Dolphins Parent Association. So he's got all the parents thinking he's a good guy. He's recording these young girls in the locker room, but there's more. Here, I'll play it. The bathroom adjacent to the coach's office in the high school and in the bathrooms in his Plainville home, according to federal court documents. Federal officials said he recorded at least 29 minors, in addition to several adults.
So look, he's got cameras in the locker rooms, and he's watching it from his house, right? Oh, here, there's more.
Fossold, federal officials said, then edited the videos to produce nearly 400 images depicting lascivious exhibition of the victim's genitals or pubic area. These images were then uploaded to the dark web, according to federal officials. Once he was charged and locked up in federal custody, court papers indicate Fossold on multiple occasions tried to commit suicide. During one of his failed suicide attempts, which was reported on August 19, 2020, he jumped over a railing and fell 20 feet to the ground, federal court documents said. This attempt at taking his life required surgery that involved fusing part of his spine and removing part of it.
So I wish they would have let him kill himself, but now they're going to pay for the hospital bill to involve fusing part of his spine and removing it. And So they pay the, I just,
According to court papers, the incident left Fauzold in a wheelchair.
Good.
Fauzold is being detained while he awaits sentencing, which is set for December 22nd.
Well, I hope he gets to 50 years. December 22nd, by the way, is the day I get off my federal probation after 3 years, guys. So that's my Christmas present. And I hope they get this guy 50 years on that day. That's my day where I'm free. Oh, that makes a nice little present there. This guy better get the 50 years, because I can't stand when you chomos, chesters, child molesters, pedophiles, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, there needs 50 years. About time they gave somebody like this 50 years. All right, let's change the subject matter. Let's do Elizabeth Holmes. I'll tell you what's going on with her. Let's find her. Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes gets reprieve and from expected prison term. Here we go. We're going to find out what's going on with her, because I guess she hasn't been sentenced yet, even though I thought she was. But here, we'll learn all about it together. And MSSC says, hope to stay, but drugs and alcohol cause this. I hate to say, yeah. All right, Elizabeth Holmes. Here we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And I got a picture of her too. And here we go. Let's read this.
Elizabeth Holmes gets reprieve from expected prison term as sentencing delayed. Sentencing could happen as late as January. Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes on Monday received a reprieve from an expected prison sentence, with the judge in her case delaying her sentencing for up to 3 months. Holmes, convicted in January on 4 counts of felony fraud in connection with her failed Palo Alto blood testing startup, was to be sentenced October 17th in U.S. District Court in San Jose. But in August, a key prosecution witness, former Theranos lab director Dr. Adam Rosendorf, showed up at her home. According to Holmes' partner Billy Evans, the father of their 1-year-old son, Rosendorf said he felt guilty, and like he had done something wrong. The doctor purportedly told Evans that while on the witness stand in Holmes' trial, he tried to answer the questions honestly, but that the prosecutors tried to make everybody look bad, and that the prosecution made things sound worse than they were. Holmes' legal team argued that Rosendorf's statements indicated that federal prosecutors may have engaged in misconduct with regard to the former lab director, and they demanded that Judge Edward Davila either throw out the jury's verdict or schedule a hearing to address the matter. Holmes' lawyer Lance Wade on Monday raised the question of whether federal prosecutors elicited a false narrative from Rosendorf in front of the jury. Prosecutor John Bostic countered that granting a hearing would be enabling a fishing expedition by Holmes' lawyers. There was no such misconduct, so that evidence won't be found. Bostic contended that a sworn declaration Rosendorf made after his visit to Holmes' residence showed his trial testimony was truthful. Davila agreed to the defense's demand for a limited hearing that he said would address the allegation of possible prosecutorial misconduct. This is not going to be a fishing expedition, Davila warned Wade. Really, what I want to know is, did Rosendorf tell the truth? Davila said. Holmes, on camera in a white-walled room, wearing a blue blazer and white blouse, did not appear to show a significant response to the delayed sentencing. Legal experts expect she will receive a multi-year prison sentence.
I wonder how much time she's actually really going to get. Did anybody see the little Netflix series they did on Elizabeth Holmes? I watched it, and I kind of feel for her. I hope she doesn't get a lot of time. But that's just me. Like I said, there's some scumbags out there. I'm glad they're going to prison. And I got some more stories about some scumbags. I got about 3 more stories. Hey, before I finish this, MS 9073 says, Sean, looks like you're losing weight. Hey, man, I'm down to 196. And I've lost about 60 pounds in the last 8 months. Changed my diet, exercise, all. Yeah, man. My pant sizes I was at 46. waist. I'm down. I could fit in a 38 pants today. So yeah, I'm losing weight and I'm going to keep going. And this is my autistic son goes to court for fentanyl tomorrow. Ooh, fentanyl's they don't like fentanyl, but if he's autistic, use that. Go with that if that helps. I don't know, but they don't like fentanyl right now. If you ever want to call me and talk about it, but because a lot of politicians' kids are getting hooked on fentanyl. That's usually what happens. But that's the drug this year. It was Oxycontin and it was crack, and it's always there's this drug of the decade that they don't like. Let me finish this story, and then I got some better ones coming up here.
The jury found Holmes guilty of defrauding investors in the now-defunct Palo Alto blood testing startup she founded in 2003 at age 19. Theranos went bust in 2018 after the charismatic Holmes and her former lover, the firm's chief operating officer Sunny Balwani, were charged with fraud. The case attracted worldwide attention and spawned 3 documentaries, a TV series, a best-selling book, and an upcoming movie starring Jennifer Lawrence as Holmes. Balwani was found guilty in July on a dozen fraud counts.
I didn't like that guy.
Rosendorf, in his testimony at her trial, said Theranos valued PR and fundraising over patient care and that he had felt a moral obligation to go public about inaccurate test results. In response, a lawyer for Holmes sought to blame Rosendorf's alleged incompetence for problems at the company. After Rosendorf appeared at Holmes' residence, prosecutors filed in court the sworn declaration by Rosendorf stating that he felt compassion for Holmes, and even more for her family members who would be affected by her punishment. But he added that he had answered every question on the witness stand completely, accurately, and truthfully and stood by his testimony. I have no reason to believe that the government misrepresented or otherwise created a misimpression about Ms. Holmes' conduct at Theranos, Rosendorf wrote. The prosecution claimed Holmes was trying to use Rosendorf's visit as a ticket to a new trial. On Monday, Bostic said Rosendorf, in his declaration, was telling us that he did not mean to withdraw or to call into question any of his testimony. But Holmes' lawyer Wade on Monday argued that Rosendorf's carefully crafted declaration did not address the new issues the doctor purportedly raised while speaking with Evans. Wade called Rosendorf's visit extraordinary and said it suggests that there's more there. Davila said Rosendorf's statements indicated the doctor felt personal sorrow over his involvement in the case, testifying against someone he worked with closely. And Davila expressed agreement with Bostic's assertion that Rosendorf's testimony was more relevant to the charges of defrauding patients rather than investors, and that the jury acquitted Holmes on the patient-related charges. Davila, a federal judge since 2011, said the appearance of a key prosecution witness at the home of a convicted defendant they had testified against was new to him. I haven't seen a case where this has happened, Davila said. Davila set October 17th as the hearing date to bring Rosendorf before the court, and added that he did not expect the hearing to last all day. The judge gave both sides several options for a new sentencing date, should sentencing be needed. Possible dates, Davila said, were in mid-November, early December, or mid-January. Bostic told Davila there was a public interest in proceeding with sentencing as soon as possible.
So, I watched the mini-series about Elizabeth Holmes. Is she? I don't even know. They didn't even mention. Is she locked up right now, or is she out on pretrial? Maybe she's out on pretrial. If she's out on Elizabeth, give me a call. I can help you out. I might be get maybe a little better outcome on your sentencing day. I know you definitely need some coaching on how to talk to that judge on sentencing day, and some. Yeah, you definitely need some help, Elizabeth. Anyways, I got a story coming up at the end about a GoFundMe scam, and they ended up getting $400,000 off a homeless guy. So apparently a lady runs out of gas, and he spends his last $20, walks to the gas station, fills up a gas can, puts gas in her car. She drives away. She comes back a day later to find him and thank him, and decides to open up a GoFundMe account, and they got $400,000. There's a little video clip that goes with it. I got like 2 stories before that, but it's pretty interesting. And all the lady who ran out of gas, her boyfriend, and the homeless guy all just got sentenced. I'll tell you what they all got. Let's do another. I got some scandalous stories coming up here. Let's see. What is this one here? Former Kentucky state lawmaker gets a 2-year prison sentence. Yeah, let's go with this one. Kentucky state a lawmaker goes to prison 2 years. I like this. Let's see what this one's about. It's coming. It's got to spin. It's got to spin. There it goes. Give it a second. All righty. And let's boost this up a little so we can see this. All righty. And where's my helper to help me read?
Former Kentucky state lawmaker gets 2-year prison sentence for fraud, money laundering by Taylor 6 updated October 3rd, 2022, 10:01 p.m. Republican gubernatorial candidate Robert Goforth, a state representative from East Bernstadt, discussed his campaign against incumbent Governor Matt Bevin at Thoroughbred Park in Lexington. Matt Goins, former Kentucky State Representative Robert Goforth, has been sentenced to 2 years and 1 month in federal prison for healthcare fraud and money laundering. U.S. District Judge Robert Weir imposed the sentence Monday at a federal courthouse in Laurel County. Goforth will have to pay $2.7 million in restitution for the fraud and $10,000 in fines. As of Monday, he had paid more than $1 million in restitution, according to court testimony. He'll also have 2 years of supervised release after he's out of prison. Goforth pleaded guilty in May 2022, admitting that a pharmacy he owned in Clay County billed insurance programs, including Medicare and Medicaid, for prescriptions that customers didn't pick up, according to court records. Top videos, watch more. What happened on will leave us fumbles in UK's loss at Ole Miss? Times the medication could then be put back on the shelf and sold again. The pharmacy multiplied profits by buying a dose of medicine once and then effectively selling it multiple times, according to Goforth's plea agreement. Weir said in court Monday that he believed the sentence was fair and just. Weir said it should serve as a deterrent to others in the healthcare system that attempt to abuse the trust of others. Get unlimited digital access. Subscribe now for just $2 for 2 months.
All right, that's the end of that story. You know, when I was at the prison camp in Florence, Colorado, lots of this Medicare fraud, Medicaid fraud, overbilling patients, giving them unnecessary surgeries, all kinds, lots of doctors I was locked up with, and healthcare, professionals, and the people in the billing department. And these are the guys that tell on everybody in the office, okay? Oh, it's all the doctor's fault. It's the nurse's fault. It's the person in the billing. Everybody's telling on everybody. In these kind of cases, everybody's making wills and deals. So they got 2 years. They probably were looking at a lot more. Let's see. Let's catch up on some comments here. No, I caught up on those. So I got one more story, and then I'm going to get to the one I really like about the $400,000 GoFundMe scam, and it's got a video. I think I got one more story on a politician out of LA. Let me pull that up here. Out of LA, that got judge sentences front royal woman to 7 years. Oh, I don't see that one, but I see the one. The GoFundMe. So judge sentences a front royal, I guess that's a town, to 7 years for dealing painkillers. Let's see what this one's about. And one more story after this about the GoFundMe scam. And then maybe if somebody wants to call in live after that or something, we will do that. And here we go. Let me make it bigger. Front Royal woman. I guess Front Royal is a town or something. But here we go. Where is my helper to help me read? Here we go.
Judge sentences Front Royal woman to 7 years for dealing pain pills. By Alex Bridges, the Northern Virginia Daily. October 2nd, 2022. A federal judge has sentenced a Front Royal woman to 7 years in prison for running an oxycodone distribution network in the area. Senior U.S. District Judge Anthony J. Traynor imposed the sentence on Candy Marie Calix on Wednesday in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia in Alexandria. Calix, 40, of Front Royal, also known as Nicole Thomas, Nikki Calix, Candy Kendall, and Summer Angel, pleaded
I knew all
guilty
those
July
women.
to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute oxycodone, according to online court
They
records.
still got oxycodone going on?
Traynor found Calix guilty of the charge at the Wednesday hearing. Federal sentencing guidelines recommend Calix receive a punishment of 108 to 135 months or 9 years to 11 years and 3 months. Assistant U.S. Attorney Catherine E. Rumbaugh prosecuted the case. Defense Attorney Brittany Davidson represented Calix. Calix must also forfeit $540,000.
Just a $500,000.
Represents how much she made from selling oxycodone pills over the course of the 10-year distribution conspiracy.
Not bad.
Calix previously forfeited a home at 159 Simons Way, Front Royal, in a related case involving co-defendants. A criminal complaint filed against Calix in the federal court in April identifies Kendall Sovereign and Jessica Talbot as co-defendants. Traynor sentenced Sovereign on September 21st to 54 months, or 4.5 years in prison, for her role in the conspiracy.
Yeah, I got 52 months.
Rumbaugh prosecuted the case. Defense attorney Dwight Crawley represented Sovereign. Sovereign also agreed to forfeit $3,401 seized from 159 Simons Way on April 7th, as well as 6 firearms.
6 firearms? And only got 54
Talbot
months?
Pleaded guilty June 10th to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute oxycodone.
Well, they were telling.
The court scheduled her sentencing hearing for Thursday. Information on the results of the hearing was not available Thursday afternoon. Sovereign pleaded guilty in Warren County Circuit Court in December 2018 to a state charge of distribution of oxycodone and received a 5-year sentence with all time suspended. A Warren County Circuit Court judge dismissed an oxycodone possession charge against Talbot on July 12, 2021. Calix worked as an office manager for a physician in Arlington, according to information provided in a U.S. Attorney's Office meeting.
Office managers are always snitches.
Court documents identified the physician only as Dr. 1. The physician prescribed Calix oxycodone pills, almost 40,000 at 30 milligrams and more than 9,000 at 15 milligrams, between 2012 and 2022, the affidavit filed in the case states. The doctor also prescribed similar quantities of the same doses of oxycodone to Calix's relatives, including her husband, mother, brother, grandparents, and great-grandmother.
Sure, everybody's coming.
The quantities
Everybody
far exceeded therapeutic doses.
You think?
Court documents state. Calix personally distributed or told others to distribute most of the pills that the doctor prescribed to her and her family members, according to the affidavit.
Whole family's hooked on Oxycontin.
Authorities say Calix functioned as the gatekeeper to Dr. 1. Calix recruited people she knew from around Front Royal to act as patients of the doctor and to obtain large quantities of oxycodone.
The pill mill bus.
The people acting as patients, in turn, typically kept the 15 milligram pills prescribed to them for their own use and then gave the 30 milligram pills to Calix to redistribute, according to federal authorities. Calix recruited at least 12 individuals to be patients of Dr. 1, even though she knew them to be addicted to opiates already, the release states.
How you get them? They're already hooked.
Calix and her
No problem.
co-conspirators used coded language and referred to the 30 milligram pills as tickets, blueberries, or muffins, according to authorities.
Blueberries.
The co-conspirators typically sold the 30 milligram pills for $25 per pill and made at least $5,000 per month in profits over the course of the conspiracy.
They go for $100 in San Francisco.
Federal agencies investigated the case as part of the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force's program. The multi-agency, multi-jurisdictional task force supplies supplemental federal funding to the federal and state agencies involved in the identification, investigation, and prosecution of major drug trafficking organizations. The principal mission of the program is to identify, disrupt, and dismantle the most serious drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, and money laundering organizations, and those primarily responsible for the nation's illegal drug supply.
Wow. So, she's got her grandmother, her aunt, her daughter, the whole family's lined up as patients. They're already hooked. They're keeping the 15 milligrams. They're selling the 30 milligrams. I didn't even know Oxycontins are still around. Looks like it wrapped up the case in 2022. And then the feds, they take their time till you get sentenced. But yeah, in a case like they're all snitching, I'm telling you, man, they're all telling on each other. I did time with a lot of people like this. Families even, and doctors and all this prescribing these Oxycontins. I thought the Oxycontin era was over, but I guess they're wrapping it up from the last decade because now they're on the fentanyl, man. And out here in Albuquerque, they got rainbow fentanyl now. It looks like Skittles, but they're pastel colored. They're $5 a pop. They had blues. The blues are still going around. Those are $5. It's a little blue thing, and they take foil and a straw and a lighter and they melt it. But now they got the rainbow ones. It's like a rainbow of Skittles, and it's all over the high schools. And they're saying 3 out of 10 people die from this. And this is about 4 or 5 weeks now. It's been popular here in Albuquerque. It's like a brand new drug, brand new, 5 weeks old, and ridiculous. So I got one more story, guys, with a little video about it. It's the GoFundMe scam. So this lady runs out of gas. Apparently a homeless guy went and spent his last $20, filled up her gas can, brought it back, and she was so happy. She opened up a GoFundMe, and it went viral, and they got like $400,000. But now they've all been sentenced. So let's hear. Let's see what this story is about. GoFundMe. And I got a picture, but I got a video coming up. Can we see the picture of him? This is the guy. This is the homeless guy. What was his name? Well, they'll tell his name here. It was Bobbitt. Yeah, John Bobbitt. You remember John Bobbitt with the scissors and the lady? She cut off his dick and threw it in the weeds, and 2 cops found it and they sewed it back on. He's got the same name. So Bobbitt too. Anyways, this is his story. And then I got a video that goes with it. I'll show you right after, a little news video. But let's get on to the GoFundMe scam. And where is my helper to help me read? Here we go.
GoFundMe scam. Homeless vet Johnny Bobbitt sentenced in federal court for role in scandal. Prosecutors say Bobbitt conspired with Kate McClure and Mark D'Amico to concoct a feel-good story about the homeless veteran. Monday, October 3rd, 2022. Hundreds packed into Berkeley's Longfellow Middle School to remember 17-year-old Jay Sotelo Garcia and his 15-year-old brother Angel. Camden, New Jersey. Johnny Bobbitt was sentenced in federal court Monday for his role in a GoFundMe scheme that made national headlines. Bobbitt was one of 3 people who pleaded guilty in the 2017 scandal. On Monday, a federal judge sentenced Bobbitt to 3 years of probation and ordered him to pay $25,000 in restitution.
That's actually fair.
Prosecutors say Bobbitt conspired with Kate McClure and her former boyfriend.
Now they got
Mark
more
D'Amico,
time.
to concoct a feel-good story about the homeless veteran using his last $20 to help McClure when her car ran out of gas on I-95 in Philadelphia. The story initially captured the hearts of people around the world, and they used the lie to raise $400,000 in online donations during the holidays in late 2017 and early 2018. See also, Mark D'Amico, accused ringleader in GoFundMe scam, sentenced to 27 months in federal prison.
Yeah, that's the boyfriend of the lady who ran out of gas.
Their story started to unravel
27
after
months.
the veterans sued the couple, accusing them of not giving him the money. Produced by 6 ABC Philadelphia and ABC Localish Studios. Mark D'Amico and Kate McClure started a GoFundMe fundraiser to help a homeless veteran. It went viral and raised thousands of dollars. When authorities began to notice, the scam would crumble. Court documents revealed that almost no part of their story was true, and that the couple spent large chunks of the money in a matter of months on lavish casino trips and a BMW. The trio became the center of a Hulu documentary produced by the Action News investigative team, called No Good Deed, a crowdfunding holiday heist. Bobbitt was sentenced to 5 years of probation on state charges in 2019. D'Amico, the accused ringleader of the scheme, was sentenced earlier this year to 27 months in federal prison. In July, McClure was sentenced to 1 year in federal prison.
All right, I'm going to show you the news story here. And hey, Sea-Dog is in the house. God bless familia. So I'm going to show you the news clip. Yeah, I started off with a story about El Chapo. And but yeah, catch the rerun. But Sea-Dog, good to see you. Hey, I'm going to show this news clip, Sea-Dog, and if you want to come on after, I'll put the link up. Let me just show the show you guys the video of that story, and then maybe Sea-Dog will come on. What do you think, huh, Sea-Dog? I'm going to put the link on for you right now, Sea-Dog, and then put the link on for you, Sea-Dog. You can come on if you want. Take up the whole show. I did that on your channel once. It's good with me. I've already done my part. Let me show you this little news story about what we just said, and then hopefully Sea-Dog will come on. So let me find the video clip here. 1 second. Come on, don't go out on me, video. Here we go. Here it is. Ooh, I found it. Here it comes.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy how many people have seen it and shared it. We were so excited when it hit $200.
That's it. You know what? That's the wrong video clip. That's the 30-minute one. 1 second. Let me find you the one it's only like 45 seconds long. Here it is.
The homeless veteran who took part in the infamous GoFundMe scandal has received his sentence and he will not have to go to jail. A judge today gave him 3 years probation and ordered him to pay $25,000 in restitution. Live outside the courthouse tonight is Action News investigative reporter Chad Perdelli. Chad, is this a surprise that Bobbitt will avoid jail or not?
Well, it really depends whom you ask. I talked to Johnny Bobbitt as he walked into federal court, and he said he was expecting a 3-year supervised sentence. He got 3 years probation instead, roughly the same. But don't forget, he already served 5 months on those state charges, and so he did serve some jail time. But once he got the sentence, he was certainly relieved.
Glad it's over?
Yeah, absolutely.
Johnny Bobbitt walked out of federal court a happy man. While he will be on probation for 3 years, he will not go back behind bars. The judge cited Bobbitt's sobriety, cooperation with federal investigators, and other factors for the probation sentence.
I'm absolutely relieved. Absolutely.
I mean, that's probably the best outcome you could look forward to. 3 years probation, huh?
Yeah, he was fair. Yeah, absolutely.
Tell everyone how you're doing out there, just in terms of sobriety. It sounds like you're doing really well.
Yeah, over 2 years. It's not 19 months. I mean, 19 was good, but
Right.
yeah. No, doing better.
Bobbitt, Mark D'Amico, and Kate McClure all pleaded guilty for their part in stealing more than $400,000 from 14,000 GoFundMe donors. They sold a feel-good story where a then homeless Bobbitt helped McClure, who'd run out of gas on 995. Only the story was all a lie.
That's
Tamika
crazy.
received a 27-month federal sentence. In McClure, 1 year. Bobbitt just wants to get his life back
I tell
together.
you.
What do you do now?
I just work. Do what I'm told to do. You know, so I can get my life back.
All right, man.
And
Sea Dog's in the house. Sea Dog is in the house. Let me get all this off the screen, Sea Dog, and remove from studio. All right, Sea Dog. Good to see you, man. Good to
Hey,
see
so
you.
they scammed the people, huh?
Yeah, they scammed them. So they said the lady runs out of gas. A homeless guy walks up to her, says, "You got a gas can? I'll go fill it up."
Oh.
He spends his last $20, fills her car up, and then she decides to put a GoFundMe thing up, and it goes viral, and they get $400,000, man. And and he's got $100 a day heroin habit, and they were all in on it, man.
That's
Maybe
crazy.
I don't know
Hey.
how true the story. What's that?
Hey, how does that's crazy though? How, somebody gave him up, huh?
Yeah, somebody gave. Well, I mean, the money got too big. First, they show. I watched the whole. They got a 30-minute documentary. I mean, first they got $400 and they were happy, and they gave him half of it, and then they got like $1,200, and they showed him here's $800 for you. But then it started blowing up, man, and I don't know if you could blame. I don't. I mean. I don't know, man. It's kind of the people's fault for giving that kind of money away. The GoFundMe.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
It's the people's fault, man. They didn't make them do it. They didn't tell. Hey, they didn't. It wasn't like they strong arm robbed them. You know what I mean? Like, man, you gave it up willingly, right? Come on, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you gave it up willingly. It's a GoFundMe. And you don't believe the story, don't donate no money, man.
Exactly. You don't believe the story, don't donate the money.
Yeah, don't donate it. But apparently GoFundMe refunded all the money to the people that paid, and so that's it's a lot of money. It's $500,000 almost, man.
Hey, did you remember we were talking about the Kim Kardashian? Remember she did that little thing and she had to pay like $1.3 million back?
Oh,
Did you see
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I remember her. I got no sympathy for her, but
yeah, exactly. She knew what she was getting into,
Yeah. How you been doing, though, man? How's Mexico, man? What's going on, man?
Well, hey, to be honest with you, I don't really be out in the streets, bro, because like it's dangerous, if you're out there just, but it's laid back. I haven't heard nothing lately about people getting killed and murdered, like always,
Yeah.
But
One time I went down to TJ, right, and my one of my friends said we were in San Diego at my buddy's brother's house, and he says if you guys are gonna go, don't bring no 20s or 10s. Get all 1s and maybe 5s, because if you go to make change for a 20, you won't get it back, right? And sure enough, stupid me, I didn't bother. So we go to a bar, we order 2 margaritas. I don't know what it was, $2, $3, right? And I give him a 20, gives me like $1.60 back. And I go, hey, I gave you a 20. He goes, you did? Let's call the police because I don't believe you. I think you're trying to con me out of money. You're going to go to jail. That's what the bartender tells me. I go, no, it's all right. It's all right. Oh, you okay? But that's, I guess, if the cops come now, you got to pay the police, right?
yeah, well, once the cops come, who are they going to believe? They're not going to believe you, right?
No, the police is going to say, well, now that's $200 fine. You got to pay me or I take you to jail or that kind of thing, right? They
exactly. The cops are crooked out here, so you really don't want to be messing with the cops, basically.
Yeah, they're scandalous too, man. Yeah.
They right. Look, one time, trip out on this, I had just got out of a state, right, out of state prison. And hold on, no. I think I had got out of the feds or somewhere, right? But I had just got out and I had a check, right? And I cashed it, bro. And I was down there in the Zona Norte in the Cahuila, bro. And they pulled us over, the cops. Hey, you guys fit the description of somebody just raps, try to play the game on us. And hey, they took my money, bro. What could I do?
Yeah, what do you do? Hey, Gengish, how you doing, Gengish? He's in the house, man. All right. You know Gengish, right? Don't you see, dog?
Yeah, I know Gengish. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
I don't know what all this means. Elbow cough. What is the elbow cough? What is
I
that?
don't know. Elbow cup. I have the slightest clue.
Then he's got stay home, stay home, stay home. I know this is something new for me. I
Oh,
don't
they
know.
got. Oh, that's probably something new, huh? The elbow cup.
Some new YouTube lingo. I don't know, man. Yeah, your channel's getting bigger, man. You get hella comments, man.
Nah, yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, look, even though my channel is not real big, because I don't have but about 1,400 subscribers, but like it gets popping, it gets. You know what?
Yeah.
What you know how my channel went viral one time? I was doing the Canelo fight.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and it went out, bro. Hey, I had like over 2,000 people in my chat, bro, from
Wow.
all over the world. Yeah, it was something like it was amazing,
Wow.
brother.
Oh, Genghis says no, it's the browser trying to read emojis. Oh, I know what it is. You click on a certain emoji and it doesn't show the picture of the emoji. It puts the word. It doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
not
okay.
every emoji shows up. I don't know why. If YouTube.
Okay,
YouTube
so that's the
bans them,
emoji, name of the emoji, huh?
Yeah, it won't actually show like the one that you pick. It'll put the word up instead. It does that on some of them. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't have a filter. You could put any. You could swear. You could say anything on my channel, but maybe I need to check my filter. It might be my filter. Yeah. So, but you're monetized though. You got over 1,000. Are you monetized? Did you get your
Yeah, I'm
hours?
monetized. I get a little bit of money. You know what I mean? I make a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever the people bless me with and whatnot, little super chats. I'm good. God is
I'm up
great.
to about $100 a month now. So I get a check every month because you got to wait till you get 100 before they send you a check. But
yep.
So now I get 100 a month. Now I like that 100 a month. It's nice. But I got a ways. You got a ways to go. Matt Cox has 56,000 subscribers. He told me he gets between like $2,500 and $3,000 a month off YouTube. I could quit my job. I can live on that. So I need.
It takes time, brother, but we'll get there. One of these days, we'll get there. I mean, it takes
that's
time.
just off the commercials. That's just off the commercials. And he's got the Patreon and merchandise, all that other stuff. But 50,000 subscribers, you could quit your job. You could live on that. So that's our goal, right, guys? Right, Genghis?
You know what? My goal, bro, to be honest with you, I'm trying to hit 1 million, homie.
Oh, yeah,
I'm trying to go for the gusto, homie. 50,000 ain't enough for me.
I know. But 50,000, I could quit my job and go full-time making videos. And
there you go. Full-time making videos.
Get 5 channels going and all that stuff, Because I'm working on a cooking channel. I got one called the Relax channel. It's just waterfalls and peaceful music. And they're like 10-hour videos and you fall asleep to them. So that's when I started. And I'm working on things, man.
Yeah. Hey, you got the right idea, brother. It's like, everybody else is doing it. Why can't we have 2 or 3 channels, right?
Yeah. It takes a long time to make a 10-hour video, though. I got to cut and paste. And then to upload it, it takes overnight to get a 10-hour video. But you want a long video with the waterfalls because people, they watch it and they fall asleep or they meditate. So, but a little 20-minute video ain't going to do it for somebody. For relaxation. For the relaxation ones. But, I tried a cooking channel. I did some banana blueberry muffins. I just made some again tonight. I got a recipe for that. So I did a little video and I'm working on things, man.
Hey, so you mean to tell me that how long have you been monetized?
About 1.5 years. It took me about 6 months to get monetized. I've been doing this for 2 years. It took me like 6 months to get monetized.
Wow, 6 months, huh?
Yeah. But I did a video like at least 4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to put them out there. Now I maybe 2 or 3 a week, and some weeks I do more. But if you do 1 a day, you'll get monetized a lot faster because YouTube puts you out there. The more, and make your videos more than 20 minutes long because that.
Yeah, no, you know what? Hey, you know what I did to get my channel monetized? What I ended up doing like lives, 3-hour lives, brother. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
lives.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm doing the shorts are paying. The shorts, I get a lot of views. Sometimes I get 1,000 views on a short. I don't get that, but shorts are the thing now.
Yeah, but are they paying you for the shorts?
I monetize. I haven't really checked what I'm making on them, but you monetize them. I don't know what I don't know what the revenue is. I should check that out next time. Go to my YouTube studio.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what, like before I started my channel, I used to be on Gunners Collective, on a Rojo, the Convict's Perspective, and in those channels right before I started going and doing my channel. And there was just people out there saying, hey, you know, we just started a channel, man. We, you know, we like, you know, the way you get down, the way you speak or whatever. And, you know, we want to see Mexico and what's going on out there. And I was like, all right, you know what? I did that, you know.
Hey, Genghis, if you want to come on, I got the link right above, but let me answer your question. It says you used the trending tab yet, like trending music? Genghis, I check out that trending thing. There's nothing I like on that stuff. It's all, I'm an old guy. All that shit, that's young people shit. All that trending stuff, I have no interest in anything that's trending. I don't know. That's probably
I don't got no interest in it.
But yeah, if you want to come on, Genghis, and ASMR. Again, I'm an old guy. I don't know what that means. Asshole memorize. I don't know what does that mean? ASMR. Do you know what that means?
Nah, yeah. Hey, you know what you're asking? When it comes down to abbreviating things, I don't know nothing about that, man. You know?
Yeah. I'll put the link up again for you, Genghis, if you want to. Let me put it in here. If you want to come on, I'm putting the link in again. Here you go, Genghis.
You know what? To be honest with you, my channel, bro, is like, yeah, it happened pretty fast. You know, I made it. You know what I mean? I made it quick. I got monetized pretty fast, and before you know it, I was getting paid. I wasn't making a lot of money, but I made a few bucks. You know, and it works. You know, little by little.
You get more Mexico or more America?
Now I get more U.S. You know what I mean? The people down there. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Do people in Mexico even watch YouTube? Or
it's good. Look, over here in Mexico, yeah, they watch YouTube, but not everybody has money. Not everybody has internet, you know. So
yeah, and then they probably only watch the Spanish YouTube, right? They don't probably watch English.
Well, of course, you know, not really. You know, it's like a lot of people that live in Mexico, they listen to a lot of English music, you know.
So, English music, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. You know,
I still like Selena, man. Salinas.
There you go. I remember the homie Doug was talking about that they had that's the only cassette they had, and they had to run with it for a little bit. He said he got tired of that.
Oh, yeah. I know. Here, I'll drop it again, Genghis. I don't know if you're not seeing it, but there it is again. Sea Dog found it.
Oh, it's right there. I see it.
Yeah. I don't know. He said I don't have that emoji that he picked. I don't know, man. I don't know why you don't see it. I put it on there a couple times. Maybe you're on a cell phone and you can't see it or something. I don't know.
You know what it is? You gotta, to be honest with you, you gotta drop videos, and you gotta at least go on once a day. You know, once a day, go on for 30 minutes or 45 minutes live, bro, and then you'll be all right. You'll generate, you know, little by little. It'll be, you know, if you got the time, you know.
Some days I don't feel like doing it. You know, it's not like a light switch. I don't always want to be on camera, but I found out if I run premieres on my old videos, that's good, because I got videos from 2 years ago nobody's seen, you know, I did that for 2 weeks. I ran like 4 or 5 videos a day, and I got a couple hundred subscribers, and everything went up and up and up. And so I might do that again. But you got to throw in a current one too. They don't want to always watch reruns, you know. If it's all live stuff, you know, I don't know if I don't think people want to watch a rerun of a live. I don't know. Do they?
You know what people want? What a lot of people, they like to hear the interviews. They want to hear interviews. You know.
Yeah, I got like 40 interviews. Those are good. Like, is this the interview we're doing right now, or is this just a live? What would you call this?
This is just a live, bro. We just live, you know, just talking about just different things. You know, just a live.
Well, if you want to, I haven't done an interview with you. Maybe you want to tell your story one day. We can do that the next couple of days or week.
Maybe we can go on and do that. Yeah. Yes,
Because
indeed.
I don't even really know your story. Because you said, was I in a federal prison or states? Do you even got? So how many prisons you been in, man?
Well, I've been in a few prisons, bro. Like I started, of course, I went to I went to juvenile hall once, right? From there I went uh to the county jail, right? From the county jail I went
Yeah.
to the prison, and then from state
Okay.
prison I went to federal prison because of course they deported me out of the United States. So once you go back illegally, they'll give you some time for that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Genghis, the link's up there. Now I put it on the screen here. I don't know if you could click on this one, but the links are there, brother, man. He's saying there's no link, but there is a link.
Yeah,
See,
well, I
God,
guess he's using something that trust me, the link is there. He's whatever he's using,
yeah, we all see
I
it.
don't know what he's
We
using
all
over
see
there.
it, Genghis. I don't know, man. But yeah, here's up the link's there. I'll even drop it one more time, but it's there, man. There it is again. I don't know what else to tell you, man.
You know what? You know what? The way I look at prisons, bro, it's like all prisons are dangerous. You know what I mean? Because you can have the level of people that you have there. But it just the federal prison and the state prisons are ran different. You know how they got like on the state, they'll have like split. Like when you go to the yard, like say you're on the bottom tier, only the bottom tier will go out to the yard, and then the top tier they'll have program in the building in the unit.
Oh, right.
So that way, when a riot or something kicks off, it won't be as bad because if you have all those people out on the yard together,
Yeah.
it's so they what they would do is they'll do like a split. It's called a split tier program.
Okay.
Yeah, half and
Split
half.
tier. Yeah, split tier. All right.
They even used to do that in our county jail. They did that. You know what I mean? Like when one day the bottom tier will program, and then the next day the top tier will program. You know what I mean? Like one day the top tier, one day the bottom tier, like that. Boom, boom.
Now he found it. What's going on, Genghis? Man, you having a problem finding the link?
I don't know. It just popped up right there. It finally just popped up.
You're all in the dark.
What up, Genghis?
How you doing, brother?
All right. You know what's up with the split tier program, right? And when they do the bottom tier, the top tier, and shit like that.
Yeah, that shit sucks. That's normal. It's pretty standard these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do it in the county. They do it in the counties out here too. Some of them.
Yeah.
I know at the penitentiary in Florence, they have like 5 yards, and they'll all go out at the same time, but they're fenced in. I mean, they could talk to each other in the other yard, but it's all divided up, little sections. Like one yard's really small, like 30 feet long, and another one gets the softball field, another one gets the soccer field, and they put them all out at once. You guys ever heard of that one?
Hell yeah. They got different. Yeah. Exactly. And when we used to go when I was in the shoe, like you know how they got the kennels, like the cages. You don't program with everybody got their own little cage. You program with your roommate. Boom, boom.
Oh yeah, the cages. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do in the hole out here. Whenever you're in the hole.
Yeah, the cage is on.
Yeah, put you in dog kennels.
Oh yeah.
Hey, which is better, the way I got it now or this way? Which one you guys like better? This one or this one?
That one right there.
That one? Yeah. You ain't that pretty. We ain't got to be all up in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm in the dark on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My best light. No, because it looks professional. For 2 seconds, whenever you throw that up there, it looks like there might be a set behind you, but then you're like, oh, okay, that's a green screen. But it does. It gets you for a second, though. You think you might be in the studio for a second or two whenever I see you.
I got new equipment though now. I got 2 screens now. I got a new mic. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. Now I figured out how to do the news stories. I could scroll them, and I'm evolving, man.
While you're online? You can scroll.
Yeah,
watch
I just did about a dozen news stories and I got the speech to text thing to talk for me to read the story, and it's where I had to put it all on Microsoft Word. Before I tried to just do it on a website and put the website on the StreamYard, it don't work. So now I just I copy and paste it on a Microsoft Word, and then I can get rid of all the little things I don't want them to read, and it's working out. I just tried it tonight. I was happy with it. I got to work out some kinks, but it worked. I'm satisfied.
Yeah, that's what counts.
Yeah, so I'm evolving, man. Now I can do news stories. I've been wanting to do news stories, federal news stories. Now I've evolved to where I can do that now. So that's good. I'm happy today. I made progress. What's going on with you guys, man? What's going on?
You might want to think about too is the news is the good news is kept from us behind a firewall. They keep the good shit, the good stories behind a paywall. And
sure.
If you're going to really get into reporting the news, because I've been thinking about it, because I report the news sometimes, I'll do a story about something that's happening. We all do it sometimes, hey, this is going on. I'm going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Here's what I know or whatever. And I've been actually thinking about actually getting like a good subscription to the Washington Post or even the New York Times. As biased as they are, they do have some good stories.
Tomorrow night, me and Angie are doing a story on all the women that got raped at Dublin prison, and I have some news clips out of San Francisco. They actually have a 20-minute video of a dozen women who got raped by guards, and they're telling their stories. And Angie was there when it happened, and so we're gonna do that tomorrow night. We're gonna expose the feds, man. I mean, they were already exposed, but it's not national news, so. We're gonna try our best to inform the world what's really going on in these women's prisons, because there's a lot of rape going on, man.
Yeah,
straight up rape, not just patting you on the ass stuff. No, I mean there was a chaplain. He raped 28 women that he got caught for.
Wow.
Angie says it's more like 80 women, and we're
wow.
He raped. Yeah, they caught him. He's getting 20 years or something. 20 years for raping 28 women. But
man, they should have gave him life,
Yeah, but they tell on each other. He told on other guards that raped other women, they all
that's what happens when you cooperate. They give you less time. Yeah,
they're making their deals.
The chaplain out here at the county where I'm at in Arapahoe County, Colorado, he got busted. That fool was bringing him dope. He was bringing him meth.
Wow,
these white
turned
dudes
them out, huh?
Well, he was bringing him meth and having him, but he was making him bone him in the ass, dog.
Yeah, I bet. He got freaky tails with him, huh? He got freaky tails on him. Yeah.
He liked the white boys, dog, and he made them pay, homie. They had to.
You mean he made the white boys fuck him in the ass?
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god,
homie, that's what he was looking for, homie. So he started. That's who likes the meth. Is the white boys, you know what I mean?
Well,
he had white boys in there railing him. He was
in the 80s. That was the gay drug, man. That crystal meth. Those gay boys love that shit, man. Oh yeah, because they go all night. You know what I mean? And now now everybody's doing it. But yeah, that was a gay drug in the 80s, man.
You got crazy.
They couldn't believe that.
I know because I'm from San Francisco, so I work with a lot of those guys, man. They would talk about it on Monday, at work.
Yeah, the fucking exhibitionist motherfuckers. Yeah.
What's up, Sea-Dog, man? I lost. You're there, but you're not. Well, you don't want to show your face no more, man? Or did we lose him? You switched to audio. Oh, there you go.
Oh, nah. I was just, I went to go check on my water, man. I was trying to take a little shower real quick,
okay.
Water.
Hey, man, the other night on your channel, you guys I asked you a question, but I know you got a lot of comments. When you buy those street tacos, is it safe to eat the meat from the street vendors?
Yeah, it's safe. It's safe. Yeah, it's safe.
It ain't no cat or dog or nothing like that, or rats, or it's real.
Nah, bro, you know what? It's common sense. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you see a big old crowd of people buying food right there, more than likely, you know what I mean, the dude's gonna be selling some legit stuff. You know, you just ain't.
Okay. All right. I just, because it's all tourists. They might be, hey, these Americans, man, we're just gonna feed them these dead rats.
Nah. I don't. You know what? It don't work. Just hell nah.
All right. Yeah,
It's not that bad out here like that. That to where they gotta sell.
Yeah.
know.
Nah, the food they want you to come back and buy more, homie.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
of course it's coming. Yeah, if you trying look, it's like this. If you trying to run a business, bro,
Yeah.
you're trying to make money, right? You're not trying to lose money or so you're trying
Okay.
to build clientele or whatnot. But yeah, it's safe to eat food out here, bro. You know what I mean? The only thing that ain't safe is, like I said, dealing with cops and dealing with illegal shit. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Anything else, you'd be all right. Of course, not everywhere where you go eat, the food's gonna be, great, but that's anywhere, right?
Yeah. Well, last time I went to Tijuana, we went to Denny's to eat. We just, I don't know.
Yeah, they got a Denny's. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a Denny's in Tijuana. That's where we went. I don't know. I mean, I think we had some kind of burritos or something too. But
So check this out, right? That trending tab. I had the first 3 or 4 times I looked at it, I felt the same way you did. I was like, I can't use this shit. What the fuck is this? I can't. It's like video games or like a kid's movie or
I go, this is what they're into now? Really?
Yeah, exactly. So, and the other day, a song happened to pop up. It was in the trending tabs, 2-3 million songs. I said, well, fuck. No. That's what it was. The day that Coolio died.
Oh, okay.
Remember whenever Coolio died? So
Yeah.
I took Gangster's Paradise was trending. So I went and took Gangster's Paradise and I put it over the old video of me hitting the punching bag, and it took off.
Really?
Yeah, and that told me right there. I said, okay, this is how I can use this. So then I just started.
Did you get a copyright claim though?
No, you can use them.
Really?
You can use people's music.
Tell me how. Really? I always get a copyright claim.
No, you got to go, but you have to do it right. You have to do it appropriately. You have to go through. You have to start your short by going to their video. That's where the short starts. Is in their video. You press create on their video, and it lets you grab 15 seconds worth of audio out of their video, and then lets you add whatever videos you want to add to that. It only lets you use their audio.
Okay.
So then that's what I've been doing over the last week is just using these. I've been trying to find little things like, okay, this will go with some music. And then yesterday, this fucking dude, he's some sort of YouTube fucking personality, right? That the kids like, but he's super fucking super important, right? In YouTube, I guess. Well, he revealed his face yesterday. He did a face reveal. Wow. So that was trending whenever I woke up. So I fucking posted it, dog. I just cut right out of their videos, the trending videos. Right. I make shorts directly out of the trending video.
Out of the video, yeah, exactly. Out of their stuff.
Yeah, that motherfucker got like 6,000 views, dog. I got like 9 subscribers off it. Now today it looks like I may have fucked up though. I made a reaction video and I made a short out of this dude's video. Homie got caught fucking one of the employees, right? There was these 4 guys. There's 4 guys. Homie gets caught fucking one of the employees. They act like this dude raped her. Like they're removing all of his old videos. They're literally going through all their old content and removing him, acting like he never. He nailed one of the women. Who fucking cares? That's supposed to be your friend, right?
Yeah, you would think.
It's your friend. I mean, yeah, it's inappropriate, dog, but you don't turn your back on someone for that. You don't like hate somebody because you nailed. Oh well, fuck, dog, you nailed her. Fuck, you probably shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe you even lose your job or something. But they acted like crazy about it. So I said, okay. So I made a video about it. This motherfucker got so many dislikes, homie. It's coming up on 500 dislikes. So,
hey, that could be a good thing, though. Negative publicity is still publicity.
It went viral, but the opposite way, huh?
Yeah, it's running like a motherfucker. There's people are in my comments talking shit.
Oh, do you answer them back? Do you talk shit back or what?
Oh yeah, I have a blast with it. I don't care. It don't bother me none. Yeah, I have a blast with it.
Wow.
Because most trolls are stupid. They're ignorant. You know what I mean? Most of them are. They really are. If you really pin them down with some language, they don't know what to do. If you really start getting into the nitty gritty of it. And the people who are actually educated and have some sense, they tend to be more level headed, and they'll talk to you. They'll say, well, I disagree. Here's why I disagree. Da, 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 da. But the ignorant people are the ones who make the ignorant comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I had this troll last month, and I'd be half an hour in a video, and he'd say, "This is boring, man. Can you guys talk about something else?" And like the guy's been there a half an hour, and he kept putting it on every video. He's all, man, this I already, talk about something else. It's been 20 minutes. I go, dude, you're the one staring at me for 30 minutes, right? It can't be that boring, right?
Yeah, exactly. It ain't that boring. Hey, you know what? Hey, this is how I look at it. I look at it like right here, like, you know how before we used to go kick back at the corner at somebody's house, and all the fellas get together and kick back. That's how I look at it, bro. Like, we're just kicking back, just shooting the shit, man. That's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if they don't like it, you fucking move along. Go check somebody else's channel out.
Like New Age Plug and all those guys, man. They chop it up, man. They 5 or 6 of them on the screen, and they're just chopping it up every night, man. You know those guys, all those dudes.
Yeah, they're cool as shit.
Yeah, they are, man, and they're just having fun, and they're getting viewers and subs, and
look at this shit,
man. That's how you do it. Yep.
Yeah. Same with you, Steve Dog. You get your boys on there. You guys just chop it up.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, exactly. We chop it up. We do our thing. Exactly. That's what we usually do. Yeah.
Look at that.
What are you showing us? I can't really see.
That's the that's the analytics from that fucking short.
Let me zoom in. Hold on.
From that one I see it. It went up. You got some views on it.
It's still going up. That it didn't level off. That's still accelerating up. And it's been up for hours.
Yeah,
it's been up for 6 hours already.
That's nice.
Hey, them fools. Hey, it's crazy how they how do they do it? They push the shorts or what? How do they just catch fire or what? It just depends, huh? On the people, huh?
Well, it's if it makes it into the short feed, that's a big thing. Is if it makes it into the short feed, because not all shorts make it into the short feed. But once you make it there,
exactly. Yep, not all short. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but this one,
because today I put in the short, and like you said, not all shorts, and somehow that my short went somewhere. I was walking down the street. I was checking out the sunset or whatnot, and I made a little short. And that shit, it looked like I got over almost 2,000 views, bro, in less than a couple,
Yeah.
Hours
just for sitting there. Just for sitting there, fucking around.
Yeah, I'm living out in the desert, and one time I pulled over in my car off the side of the freeway. I did a short. I'm in the desert. I just showed the mountain. I go, here I am in the desert, and within 2 hours I had like 1,200 views. I'm all, what? Something stupid. It was stupid. It was the stupidest video I ever made, right? But I couldn't believe I'm in the desert and everybody wanted to click on.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. You just never know, man.
And you picked up a couple subscribers just for showing them that.
Yeah, that's one of the consequences of getting all them dislikes, though. I got all them fucking views. I only got 2 subscribers out of that.
Well, 2's better than, -2. You didn't lose any. You can't lose subscribers,
No, normally I get like about every 1,500 views is usually good for a sub. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I just reached 2,400 subscribers this week, so I'm happy. That's good.
That's tight.
Yeah. So
hey,
what
did you already
on,
hit the 1,000 mark already, Gangish?
No, I'm at 980.
980. Oh, we could change that, man. Yeah, we could get. All right. How many watch hours you got?
Brother.
You got the watch hours?
Yeah, the monetizable ones, I got close to 1,600.
Okay. All right.
A little under.
You know about when you do get monetized now, YouTube's going to send you a code to your. You got to have a physical address that they're going to send you a code to, and then you got to punch in that code. You know about all that stuff?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, you got to have a real physical address, and they're going to send you a verification code in a letter. And then when you get that letter, you go back onto your YouTube studio, and it'll have you enter the verification code, and then they know you're a real person. So you got to have a physical address. You can't use a P.O. box.
Hey,
Really?
trip out on this though. Hey, I gave him a physical address, but since I'm over here in Mexico, bro, and in the mail, sometimes it don't get here. I never got no PIN number, bro. I had to just put my ID, my picture ID, and everything.
Oh yeah, that's another way you can do it. Yeah.
I did it that way. I verified it that way.
Like this up on the screen with the ID.
No, yeah, you know, you upload your ID inside your folder, you know, in your items, and you got to paste it up there. Like when they're gonna ask you for some documents, and then you
you
up
upload it, you email it to them. Kind of, they give you an address.
Yeah. Then you're gonna have to upload your ID if you need to have an ID as well. Yep, the ID and your address. Yep.
Yeah. When I got out of prison, I couldn't access my Gmail or nothing or my Facebook. They had me upload my ID, and then they gave me all my passwords and stuff so I could, because I was locked up for 3 years, you know.
Oh wow, okay, that's crazy. So you had to actually show them your ID to get your Gmail going back?
Yeah, because I tried every password. I had the passwords written down before I went to prison, but when I got out, they weren't accepting them because it had been 3 years, you know.
Wow. Hey, wait, hey, because look, what's the name of what Joey from Frederick's Grove? He said he got locked out of one of his channels. He's not even getting paid. He was trying to get back into it or something. I was like, what?
I heard that.
Wow.
He did.
If you change your phone number, man, it can be difficult. Because,
yeah, that's what he did. He changed his phone number. That's what he said.
Yeah, it can be very difficult because they send a verification code to your old phone number, and it's sometimes it's tricky to get access again. Yeah.
He would have to go back and tell them to give him his old number back, bro. That's what I would have been like, man, give my own number back. You know what I mean?
Well, the best thing to do is get a Google Voice number, and because that's yours for life, and then they can text you the code to the Google Voice.
There you go. Yeah, you're right about that. They can text you. Yeah, you can get a text on.
Yeah, because I got Google Voice now. I use that for my business, so
okay.
I got a local number, and it rings on my phone now too. So
okay,
so I got two. I got like two phones in one now. You know,
they both ring on the same phone.
Yeah. I have it worked out like that. And when I go to dial out, I have to pick which carrier I want to send the number out to the person I'm calling.
And what is that? That's a Google Voice number?
Google Voice, yeah.
Man, I think I need
one
of
free.
those.
It's free if you have a Gmail.
Yeah, I think I need one of those.
It's free. It's really easy to set up. Just type in Google Voice and all the instructions are on there. It doesn't take long to set one up. And you can have any area code you want. And then you just link it. I have it linked to 2 different cell phones. You can link it to 10 people if you want.
Yeah, I'm about to go take a quick shower, my brother. I'll tap in with you guys later, man. God bless.
All right, C-Dog. Yeah, I've been going now, hour and 40 minutes.
You've been an hour and 50 minutes, huh? You're good.
Yeah, hour and 50 minutes. I did my news show, but I wanted to have you guys come on since I saw you in the chat room. But, you know, I haven't talked to you in a while, Genghis. What's update me? What's going on in your life, man?
I got a job.
What kind of job?
I'm a social media director.
No. Really? Tell me about that.
It's a woman. She's a doctor. And she basically she looked at my video editing skills, and I gave her my spiel about social media, what I knew about social media, and she said, that sounds fantastic. She goes, how about you just make movies for me, videos for me full-time, and manage all my social media accounts.
Wow. And now what kind of movies and videos does she want you to make for her?
Well, she's got a bunch of stuff already made. She has a YouTube presence right now. I'm not going to put her out there because I don't want her to be correlated with the bullshit that I say.
Gotcha. No problem. Understood.
You know what I mean? I'm going to kind of keep that under my hat because I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, no, completely understood.
Yeah. But No, but making movies and managing social media and learning new softwares. She's got big ideas about this what you call that she wants to make, this new series that she wants to make, and I think we can absolutely make it happen. And she seems to be willing to back me up on it. I'm making good money, a lot more than I've made, at least legally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Legally, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big boy job. Put it that way. It's a big
All
boy
right.
job. She runs a whole doctor's office,
I'm happy for you. Good news. Good news.
and so I'm set up at home. It took me like 3 or 4 days to get it all set up to work from home, but now I'm set up to work from home, so I'm like 95% remote, and now I can just knock this out until the end of college. But honestly, this chef just hit me up like within like the last hour. I just looked at my voicemail, and this chef has these lines of like sauces that he wants to do a bunch of social media stuff with, so I might take
Oh.
on too. Yeah,
I tell you, the cooking part of YouTube, cooking channels, and everything to do with cooking is really it's really taken off, and they get it's massive. It's a whole industry, just the cooking part of
really.
YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, he should do well, especially with you behind him.
Yeah, I hope so. So we're gonna see what that's about. I gotta call him, probably call him back tomorrow and see what he's talking about. I'm looking at the what you call here, the price, because I whenever I graduate, I want to see where I want to move or whatever, and the price of things is absolutely atrocious. Just it's crazy.
Sure.
It's crazy. It's like 1,600 for a studio out here.
Really? Wow. That
1450 for a studio for a cheap.
what city is that again?
Denver.
Oh, Denver. Yeah, Denver's. Yeah, it's been going up and up and up. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad before, but it just this last little bit. It's like Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah, I mean it's gonna. I mean, I remember when San Francisco was cheap to live, believe it or not. But and Denver, there was a time Denver was like that too. Not no more, man.
Shit, they've got my family bought a trailer whenever they first moved out here, and the agreement was that the lot rent was locked in, and so it stayed locked in. So they own a trailer that the lot rent is $410, and they not get rid of that motherfucker for nothing. It's right in the middle of Golden, Colorado.
Oh, Golden, Colorado. That's where Coors the brewery is, right?
Yeah, it's right down the street from it. It's absolutely beautiful. All the houses around it are like $1 million.
Wow, yeah.
Got this spot for $400.
I'll take a trailer in Denver. Hell yeah, sure, man.
That trailer is going to be in our family for a while. Put it
I bet.
it
Man,
ain't
there you
going
go. Sure.
No, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may go. Big Weavy, and this isn't a joke. Big Weavy lives in the cheapest place to live in the United States. The city specifically, the city he lives in specifically is the cheapest place to live in the United States. So I was thinking about going out there and just stacking some loot. Go hang out with Weavy.
I'm thinking of moving to one of those states too. I talked to Big Weavy about that too. Because I'm only going to get $960 a month. I'm 58. In 7 years? Let's say that's all I have to live on. I can't do that where I'm at, even here in Albuquerque. But he says I could live on that out there where he's at.
Yeah, you probably want to try to get more going than that, though. You don't want to.
Oh no, I got my sideline business. I got a few clients going, and I'm helping them out with character reference letters and all that pre-sentencing stuff.
Yeah.
No, I got that in the works. I just lined up a drug treatment therapist counselor guy that's going to take care of my RDAP clients, and I'm going to get a cut off that. And because I got guys they want to get into RDAP, but they've already been sentenced and they didn't put nothing in their paperwork. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people they don't want to tell the judge they have an alcohol or drug problem, but then they want the RDAP because they get a year off, and so they need a letter from a certified counselor. So now I got one of those on board. But I've had a couple clients. My rent got paid last month. I got another client should be paying me this month. That'll pay the rent this month. I don't ask no $10,000 or nothing. You know, I do it for a tenth of the price, but it's something. It's, you know, I'm getting there. And then I still got my job at Wings. I'm only part-time there now because I can do this full-time.
Yeah.
But no, things are happening, man. I'm making progress. Little steps, but it's happening.
Where do you live at? In Albuquerque, you said?
I'm in Albuquerque. My rent just got raised from $7.29 a month to $7.79. So I had to sign a new lease. So that's still cheap. I mean, $7.79 a month. It's my own 1-bedroom. It's big, you know, it's 2 stories, it's got a balcony. It's in the war zone. It's a bad part of town. It's on the outskirts of the bad part of town, but it's not bad here. I like it.
That's not bad though. $7.79 is not bad.
No, not from where I came from. I couldn't even rent somebody's fucking closet for $7.79 out in the Bay Area. I could if I shared the closet. No, I'm serious. I was renting. I mean, I was paying $9.50 to share a bedroom out there. You know, that's to share a bedroom, and we had 8 people living in the house. I mean, that's how you do it out there.
That's crazy. That's how everybody's living out there.
Yeah, $9.50 for a half of a bedroom. You know.
Honestly, everybody out there that I knew, that I grew up with, like, one dude has his own house. He actually got his own house. It's not nice. It's in the fucking sticks. It's run down, but he fucking owns that motherfucker. I got another homeboy who stumbled into a house because he worked for this woman for like 3 years. It was a modular home. And she said she made him fix up this modular home. And she told him, it's yours. You owe me fucking 10 grand a year for 8 years. You're going to work for me for 10 grand a year for the next 8 years.
You know, there are people like that are not greedy. I had a guy had a little cabin behind a business in Mountain View, which is right near Stanford.
Yeah, I
he
know
charged me $400 a month rent. Now I had to paint it and fix it up and stuff, but he died. That's why, you know, I had to give it up. But no, he only charged me $400 a month rent, and the cheapest rent near Stanford was $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And so this guy charged me $400 a month. He was a customer at a restaurant I worked at. There are some good people out there. And if you network yourself the right way, you can find an affordable place to live. Not everybody's greedy out there, but most are. Most are.
Well, they had done that, and then my best homie was living with his grandmother because his grandfather had gotten really sick, and she needed somebody to help. And so he was kind of there whenever his grandfather died. And then his grandmother was just like, why don't you just hang out until I die and you could take the place. You know? Yeah. And this was just basically, this was everything that I was seeing from whenever I was growing up. This is what was going on now. It was just like, there was no possibility to buy a house at all.
Right.
Out of the question, completely out of the question.
Hey, Harvey's in the room. Hey, Harvey, if you want to come on, the link's like 2 comments above you. And then George, he has a question for you, Genghis, because I don't think I know the answer. What's the difference between a level 5 and a level 6 prison? I've only heard of a level 1 through 4.
No, I've been in a 5. I did.
Oh, wait, there is a 5. There's a 5, but level 6, I don't know.
I don't know level 6 either.
Harvey says, Anchorman Sean. Yeah, Harvey, the last hour I did a news show. Now I'm on a different hour. But yeah, if you caught that, yeah, I'm trying to be an anchorman, I guess. But Harvey, if you want to come on, the link's right above you. And George, Genghis, what's a level 6 prison like? Is that the Supermax? Would that be that's some kind of super maximum, right?
I don't know anything about a level 6 prison.
They like to hear the interview. They want to hear interviews.
Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, you catching the old show there. Yeah, George, we don't know about level 6. I think level 5 is as high as they go. Level 6, I don't know. Maybe that's the snitch yard or the PC or something. I don't know.
See, federal prison security levels. Maybe it's a federal thing.
Federal, we got 5 levels if you count the Supermax, but we got 1 is a camp, 2 is a low, 3 is a medium, 4 is a penitentiary, and 5 would be your Supermax.
Level 6 it's administrative. They call 5 administrative.
Okay. 6,
Wait.
I don't know, George. I don't know. Level 6.
Okay, so it looks like it's certain states. Level 6, the Sewanee Correctional Institute. Level 6, security prison facility in adult males in Live Oak, Florida. So maybe it's like,
could be a Florida thing.
Yeah,
Texas, Arkansas, those states.
I'm guessing it's something pretty fucking harsh.
Here's the man who should know. Harvey is in the room. Harvey, we got a question. Level 5 and level 6 prisons. What's the difference?
I've never heard of level 6.
That's what we were saying.
I've only been level 5s, you know, until I got my level got a release date, and then I went down to level 1.
Okay.
I don't see nothing.
I've never heard of a level 6.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Somebody told one time said it was death row inmates, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't even maybe. Yeah, I thought PC maybe, but death row maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, if you guys haven't subscribed to Harvey Talks Prison or Gangish, is it Gangish oyster sauce now, or is it just Gangish?
Just Gangish.
Okay, you guys got to go check out these guys' channels. Everybody here has done some time, guys, but we're not going back. We're going forward. We've turned our lives around. So please check out their channels, guys.
Where'd he go?
What's going on with you, Harvey? How you been, man? I haven't really touched base with you in a while.
Oh, I'm doing all right. I did an interview today with Big Lou. But Gangers did a real good video today. My wife was subscribed to the Try Guys until this crap happened, and she unsubscribed from. That was a bunch of book BS, man. That was a good video you did, Gangers.
You wouldn't believe how many dislikes that video has.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out now that you've talked about it, Gangers. Yeah, I got to see that tonight. Yeah.
It's coming up on 500 thumbs down.
Damn.
It did well. It got views. It got some views.
Hey, it doesn't matter if they're bad or good. It's view, right?
That's the one I was showing him earlier. The analytics on it are nuts.
Right.
Look at the analytics on this thing. Watch this. The analytics are crazy. It's still running, and it's running like seriously running.
Yeah, show him. I'll make you a solo here. Show him. I'll put the solo thing on.
Wait, what did I do? Here.
We're gonna be editing that out.
Oh yeah,
look at that line.
Yeah, still doing that. Still doing.
Yeah, it's fucking running, dude. It's got 66 likes and almost 494 dislikes.
That's the people that were hanging on to the nuts, you know.
They hung that dude out to dry, homie.
They did.
Shit. Like, oh, so he got laid. She didn't say he raped. That's how they act. To me, they're acting like he raped her. You know, that's how they're treating him. They're like, oh, they were like, did you see that stupid video they put out there? Like, oh, we don't even know how we're going to make good content. That's what he said. I don't know how we could even go on. What the fuck?
Right.
Homie got laid.
Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't fire the woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fired him, but they didn't fire her.
Yeah. And they're like, we know how hard women can have it. That's what they said. He goes, we know how hard women can have it. So we would just ask everybody to be respectful and da-da-da. If it's inappropriate for him, it's inappropriate for her because she was keeping the fucking secret too.
Right.
Yeah.
She lied to everybody too by not saying nothing. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that was a good video. Yeah, you got to check that out, Sean.
Yeah, he was telling me about it earlier. And I'm going to go. I haven't been in our little chat room much, and I need to spend more time in there. How's everybody doing? How's Adam? Is Adam in good spirits these days, or what's going on with him?
No, he's bad off. His organs are shutting down.
Oh no. That's not good news.
That's why there's no videos or nothing. He just got out of the hospital. And he wasn't even supposed to leave the hospital. He walked out.
That's like the third time he's been in a hospital, I think, in the last couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he, yeah, he's doing bad. I talked to him tonight, but
maybe I'll give him a call, man. Yeah, he's awake. It's morning over there, I think.
Oh yeah, it is. He's 15 hours ahead of me. I'm in Missouri.
Yeah, I need to give him a call. I haven't talked to him in a while. I know he was mad at me about something once. I don't, you know how he gets sometimes, but.
Hey man, I understand him, and so, I just let that stuff go,
Yeah, I know.
You got when somebody grew up with a bad childhood and then going to prison and everything, it's hard for him to trust anybody,
Right, it's that trust issue. I know, I get it, and especially in his case.
Yeah,
and people have done him wrong. They've definitely done him wrong in his life. So they've used him,
Right when I was first getting to know him, he had a girlfriend, thought the world of her, and comes home one day and she's in bed with another guy.
Oh shit! To see that too. Oh god. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So it's just one thing after another with him,
Right. Yeah.
So
Angie's doing good. I talked to her a lot. She's doing good. And Mark,
yeah.
I know Mark's doing well. I've talked to him, and
yeah.
Big Weeby, I gotta call him again. But yeah, I got to get more in touch with you guys.
I need to talk to you guys more often too. I try. It's hard keeping up with you guys.
Yeah, I've been. Sticks called me a couple weeks ago. We talked on the phone for 2 hours, and I like him. He's a good person. We're gonna get together, and then all these the new age plug guys and all them. I've been getting to know them, and Sea Dog, and you remember Harvey? We were talking about trying to get a few channels together. Now there's like 25 of us, man.
Yeah, but you know what? New Age Plug, when we come on, he's live or not, but he has them like late at night.
Late at night, yeah.
I'm dog tired, and plus it's not really the content that I do, So
yeah,
I'm kind of lost.
Yeah, I know. I feel really old when I've been on his show once or twice. I popped in, but I feel really old because they're the young YouTubers,
Right.
They got a different kind of I don't know, different. I don't know. It's a different generation,
Right.
They're not into the pronouns. They're not quite that bad yet, but
oh, they're good. They're good people. It's just that I'm lost with whatever they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's up, gang? How you doing?
Doing good.
That's good.
Yeah, doing good. I'm trying to get above this 1,000 mark real quick.
Right. I'm wanting to see that, man.
Didn't you have another channel that had 1,000 views, or maybe I'm getting you confused with Rick from Vegas?
I got another channel. It's got like 90 subs or something.
Okay, no, I got you confused with Vegas because he started a second channel. Okay, that was a new. So you have never been monetized?
No,
I just came from Vegas watching his comments, Monday comments.
Yeah,
and I put a little corny joke in there for him. I told him, I said, I saw on the news one walnut tree said to the other walnut tree, hang on to your nuts. We're in for a hell of a blowjob.
All right. It looks like Vegas is going live tonight at 8:40.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I hope it ain't too late.
Well, I just switched my hours at Wings for Life. Now I'm only there 2 days a week now. One day's 12 hours on Mondays, but I got 5 days off a week now, so I can focus more on my little side business with the consulting thing. But I can get on my YouTube. So now, so my schedule's a lot open now.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice. I get 3 days off now, and then I get the weekend. I only work Mondays and Fridays. So,
They was working on that Wings for Life there for a minute.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of burnt out on. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Hope they're not watching, but sometimes I feel like, and other people that work there, we're really not helping anybody. We want to know who our clients are, and we're supposed to be helping the families of inmates, and instead we're doing dinners at a church and I don't know, fundraising and think about.
Hey,
I want
Sean,
to make what?
did you see that video I did on Alabama?
Oh no, tell me about it.
They're making these guys work for free, so they went on strike, and so they stopped feeding them. They're feeding them less than 1,000 calories a day.
Ooh.
And one guy had to have his intestines. He was so malnourished, he looked like from a concentration camp or something. And he had to have part of his intestines removed because of all that.
God.
There's 2 or 3 of us that did videos on it, and a whole bunch of TikTokers did videos on it.
Well, okay, that's good. At least you're getting some kind of word out there.
Yeah, and they're striking right now, I think, or it might have ended. I don't know, but they was on strike.
Sheridan, Oregon, they're on another hunger strike now. It's the 3rd one in a year because nothing's been done. The 400 inmates are on a hunger strike. So, yeah, I mean, things have got to change in this system. All the states, the feds, everything, all the levels, man. It's
Well, Alabama's always been bad.
Yeah, don't they have the chain gang out there still?
All the southern states do, just about.
They all do. Oh God,
most of them do. Texas, Arkansas, all of them.
And they're just making money off those inmates like slave labor, right? They get these contracts with some I don't know. They get these contracts to build a new road, and the warden makes all this money, and the inmates work for free, and all that shit, right?
Well, that's the only thing that's the only place slavery is legal is in the prison system.
Yeah, true that.
I mean, that's in the Constitution. It is.
Is it really? I believe you, man. Wow.
It pretty much says that incarcerated people can be used for slave labor.
Is Missouri considered a southern state?
No.
That's northern.
Missourians don't consider themselves a southern state, but somebody from Michigan or somewhere like that would call us a southern state.
Okay.
But we're Midwest,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But Bible Belt, right?
Right.
Okay.
And tornado belt.
Yeah. Are you guys getting hit by any of that stuff going on, or hurricanes?
No.
It doesn't hit up that far, huh?
We've been hit by hurricanes, but by then they're usually like tropical storms,
Yeah.
It's just a lot of rain, really.
Right. We have our monsoon season going on here in New Mexico right now, but it's just rain. It's nothing big.
Yeah.
These guys are freaking out. The locals, they're not used to rain in the desert.
What I find interesting is like people in Missouri and Oklahoma and stuff, they're not worried about tornadoes. They happen all the time, so we're not worried about them. But people from other states say, I ain't going to move there because of tornadoes. But yet they got hurricanes and earthquakes and stuff, and they're not worried about those.
I'm not worried about earthquakes. I live in San Francisco. We had the big one in the 90, whatever it was. 90. That's just like a roller coaster ride. It's over in 30 seconds. Get in line again. It's no big fucking. No, people die once about every 100 years. There's a big earthquake, but usually it's just the whole room shakes and you freak out. And to me, they're nothing. But the other people, earthquake. I ain't going there. You guys have earthquakes.
Well, that's what I say about tornadoes. And here's the thing about tornadoes. Tornadoes don't follow the contour of the land. So if you're in a valley, the tornado will go right across the top of you.
And you guys have warnings. When they're coming, right? Kind of.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't. Oh. One hit here 2 or 3 years ago, and they didn't sound the alarm for that. Then they tried to tell us it was straight line winds or something like that, flat line winds. It wasn't. It was a tornado. We all saw it.
Well, every time I hear about a tornado, I think of that movie, The Wizard of Oz. Remember the tornado?
Right.
Yeah.
Come on. Tornado, you have a bad one once in a while, like the one that hit Joplin, Missouri, back in 2013 or something. But most of them are small, and chance of you getting hit by one and even dying by one is very remote,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else is going on, guys? I've been on here like 2 hours. I have 2 viewers. Hey, the 2 viewers that are out there, can you guys say hello in the chat room so I know you're real people? Ask us a question or something, man.
Oh, no. Every time I make a comment now, somebody asks me if it's really me.
I appreciate the 2 people that are watching me right now. I love you. I love you for watching. Say hello, man.
After my YouTube.
This fucking doomsday device. Russia's fucking doomsday device.
Didn't know they had one.
Terrell, one of them's Terrell. I know Terrell. Terrell, you've been watching me for 2 hours now, or I hope not, man. I know you got better things to do. How you doing, Terrell?
He said, "Good evening, fellas."
No, I know Terrell. Terrell's been a loyal follower of mine for, I don't know, over a year anyways.
Yeah, he's been on here a while.
Now I got 4 people. Hey, look at that, man. Now the next people come. Oh, Mindy's the other one, huh? Oh, no, yeah, Mindy. That's the other, well. Hey, yeah. Mindy.
Yeah, she just popped in to say hello. She's laughing about it.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, yeah, Terrell says he just tuned in. All right. Yeah, because Terrell, this whole show went a different direction. The first hour I did a newscast, and I think I got all my new equipment and 2 screens, and I think it went pretty well. I was able to, I don't know if you caught the first part of my video, Harvey, but I was doing a newscast with 2 screens, and I'm scrolling up, and I got the reader going. I got somebody reading it for me. Our artificial intelligence is reading the newscast. I was able to show video clips, and I worked out all the kinks now. So, yeah, I was happy with that. So now I can actually I can do some new shows.
Well, Terrell says he finally got his sentencing date.
Oh, what's going on, Terrell? Tell us about that, man. Yeah, you got your sentencing date after 3 years of house arrest. Yeah. And Terrell, if I can help you out with that, you need some coaching for that final speech you do to the judge. I've been doing that with guys. We can practice. We get on Zoom and we'll role play. I'll be the bad client. I'll be the bad defendant. I'll be the good one. You be the judge. We'll switch roles, and because that's probably the most important day of your life. You're never going to forget the day you got sentenced.
No, I don't forget it.
Even if you've been to prison before, you remember all your sentencing days.
Yeah,
it's the one that's real, but. Yeah, Harvey, I mean, you and Genghis, you guys remember the day you got sentenced, even if it's in county jail. You don't forget those days, man.
No. Nope.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah. Well, you guys got some advice for Terrell on sentencing day?
Well, he's going to feds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about feds.
Well, you still got a judge that you got to face, and he's going to give you the last final words before he hits that gavel and tells you how much time he's going to give you.
Yeah, it's pretty much all the same. Like on me, he says, I sentence you to life in the Missouri Department of Corrections.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Yeah, here he says 3 years of just waiting to get a date. I know. Yeah, I went through 4 years of it, 3 years, 4 months of it's a long time, man. Just not knowing, man. And I'm going to tell you, Terrell, after you get sentenced, it's a relief. It's a relief. They could have gave me 20 years. I would have said thank you, because now at least I know now I know what my future is going to be, I don't know, Harvey, in your case, I don't know if it was a relief.
It really wasn't a relief. It was more like, damn, my life is over.
Yeah, but look at it now. It's not over. you got a whole nother 20, 30 years ahead of you, and now you can, I mean, you've already done it with your channel. You've already turned your life around, and other people that watch you've made a difference in other people's life, Harvey. All you guys have. I don't know if you guys know that, but you have.
Oh, that's what we're trying to do. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I mean, it's not.
They had to give me a new judge because the original judge retired in September. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah, I don't know. In the federal system, you got hard case judges and you got soft liberal judges. And some of their politics matter. I had what they call a medium judge, and I think she gave me a better outcome than I expected. But it just, you need to find out some information on a new judge.
I think all the judges in Missouri are conservative. They got their training in Texas or some damn where.
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah, I think so.
They're all fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all. Missouri's a red state.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing coming.
And if you got a case that hits home, like they don't like fentanyl nowadays, but if it hits home, like somebody, like you got a son that's addicted to Oxycontin, and here's a guy in front of you that sold Oxycontin, the judge knows that his son just died from it. I mean, they're going to take it out on you. They just are. Right. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to be biased, but they do.
I tell you what, they need to do something about that fentanyl, man. In Missouri, they're dropping like flies. I did a video called that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I remember that one. I told you about the rainbow fentanyl out here. It's like Skittles. It's pastel candy, $5 a pop. All the kids in high school buying it. 3 out of 10 are dying, and they still want more. They still want to keep buying it. They don't care. I don't get these kids, man. It ain't gonna happen to me.
With fentanyl that we have around here, it's a stronger form.
Yeah, here in the counties around us, is a stronger form of fentanyl.
Antifentanyl or something like that.
Yeah, it's got a weird name, but it's got fentanyl on the end of it. But it's
10 times stronger than actual fentanyl.
Yeah.
Shit, and they're mixing it with cocaine, with meth. I mean, so even if you don't, do fentanyl, you don't know what they're cutting your shit with. I wouldn't be surprised if they're cutting it into edibles and getting it in the mirror. Who knows what they can put it in anything they want. I guess it's dirt cheap. I guess it comes. I know here they call it bathtub fentanyl. So they get it from Mexico, but then they mix it in their bathtub to make their meth or their crank or their coke or whatever. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Look at this. Nurses are overdosing just by touching somebody that's got like residue on them.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
If you don't have a tolerance for it, you can die. I've heard 3-4 grains of salt. You touch that much of it and you can die.
Thank you, Terrell. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, thanks, Terrell. You visit everybody's channel. That's great, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're doing our best,
Yeah, you're welcome, Terrell. You're welcome, Terrell. Yeah, Terrell, do you know what your guidelines are for sentencing? Has your lawyer told you any kind of idea what you're facing? Do you have any idea?
Well, Sean, I'm gonna get off of here and
no problem, Harvey. I'm getting tired. It's been a couple hours. I'm kind of ready to go too.
Well, I gotta go see if there's any channels I missed. Check their videos out.
Like I said, there's 25 of us now. I mean, I just hit my little notification bell or whatever, and I can always find somebody live now.
Right. Yeah. That Big Lou, he wanted to do a Zoom. I hadn't done a Zoom in a long time, man, and it's.
Do you remember how?
It took us a minute. But anyway, I'll see y'all later, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thanks a lot, Harvey, man. Too. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah, I actually told you, Terrell. I don't remember, though. I probably did tell you. Well, yeah, I'm gonna kind of get off here, Terrell. Genghis, I don't know. I'm getting ready to. I'm just getting. It's been a couple hours. I'm YouTubed out. What can I tell you?
I ain't mad at you, brother. I'm done.
You done too? All right, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said all the paperwork in front of me, and when you were explaining the guide. Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. All right, man. Terrell, I'm calling it quits. I'm sorry, Terrell. My number, you should know it, but I'll put it up here real quick. If you do need to call me, we can always talk. Wait, I forgot one letter. Number. There you go, Terrell. If you don't have my number, there it is. You can call me a little later or something. We can always talk, see what we can do to help you out, man. All right, Terrell. Thanks for watching, guys. The numbers here, even if I turn off, just catch the video because it's going to rerun. All right, Terrell. Thanks, guys, for watching, and catch you on the next one. Should be tomorrow night with Angie. We're doing a special on women who got raped at the Dublin prison in California, and we got video clips, and Angie actually was there when this all happened. So tomorrow night, me and Angie, and from Prison Talk with Angie. All right, guys.